Does not meet the parameters of the task given by Presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar. Formulating an explanation before speaking with her may be in order.
Your attendance to the Chamber of Conflict Evaluation and Strategic Planning may come at a later date, as determined by the Office of the Oracle Laureate.
You disobeyed me. Architect, preserve me from the good intentions of fools. Apologies, that was a disproportionate response. I will reserve judgment until hearing the rest of your defense. The Order is not the Protectorate, and does not have designs on repeating its mistakes in governance. We are evidently in contention about what most benefits the Order. And as much as I would enjoy sharing my math to prove the errors in your stance, I think it best we move on. There now remains only one problem left to solve for: Auntie Cleo. To ensure Arcadia's future, she must be removed from the equation. None I would trust with so delicate a task. I know this is no small request, but it is deeply consequential. Cleo is the fulcrum about which the lever turns. In Auntie's direction, to Arcadia's ruin. In ours, to its success. As long as Cleo lives, she will choose war. She will choose self-centered individualism over plan-mandated cooperation and progress. She will choose wrong. Such a display of cognitive dissonance is impressive, even for one such as yourself. If you are in such turmoil, then by all means, take time to parse your thoughts. But know that should you take too long, the plan may send someone else to achieve its purpose.
It appears Horizon Point Station is still in the process of being reconstituted. The rift itself is also more unstable than ever. As a result, landing closer to the location of the Protectorate's large-scale rift anomaly modulator is not possible. In order to modify it with the rift data you processed in the archive, you will need to travel to its location on foot and seize it from Protectorate control. The energy readings from the modulator can be traced to the Sovereign's flagship, Providence, hovering on the far side of the station. Hypothesizing. Given Protectorate hierarchy and the recent announcement about the Sovereign's mental refreshment, this is likely the Consul's doing. He will need to be stopped.
But to what end is he working here? The Consul I once knew would never act so recklessly.
The Consul's motives are unknown. While destruction may be the result, it may not be the goal. Warning. The rift is growing dangerously unstable. Using the rift modulator on board the Providence is the only way to prevent certain destruction of the colony.
I can foresee a few likely instances where you could use my skills and experience.
Once the modulator is secured, it may be used to close the rift and save Arcadia and all those in its orbit. There is minimal room for error, Commander. Good luck.
What in the interminable void are we looking at here? Everything that's been reconstituted appears maladjusted, imperfect, defective.
Providence identified. Standing for the Protectorate colonial anthem is not required at this time.
Stun weapon ready, Commander. Target analyzed. Let down fire.
Ready to assist with agents' outcomes.
Check your scopes for combat analysis. Vitals are in the red, Commander. We've got to refuse medical support.
Emergency protocol syringes grenade.
Gun ready. Exposure. Undermining. Functioning.
Horizon Point has suffered significant structural damage. Using the river modulator is unlikely to amplify the deterioration.
Still possess that shield modulator, yes?
Exiting hazard radius.
are afoot.
Combat probably.
Investigating hostile intentions.
Unfriendly nearby.
Combatant scan.
Emergency protocols ready.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Have a fix on their weaknesses.
Ready to assist with agent's health needs.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. vulnerabilities identified.
Exposure.
I have a fix on their weaknesses. Combatant scan. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Fortificator at ready status.
A voice match has been found for Agent Pascal. However, Agent Pascal is dead. This unit may...
Get away from me. See them? They were my teammates and they didn't listen neither. You'll end up just the same.
Careful, Commander. This one's obviously at her breaking point.
Wait. Commander? Is that you? No. No, this must be some kind of trick. Law, what's happening to me? So it is you. Thank Law. I don't understand what happened, Commander. Something was wrong with Sandoval and Jepson. They glowed like they were aflame. They ran in, jumped at me, clawed at me. Law, I had to kill them.
That sounds consistent with the other reconstituted troops we've come across. How do you suppose she is different?
I don't understand what's happening. Everything was fine. Till the explosion. I was pinned. Fire closed in. I tried to move. I tried to find the rookie. Then the whole station shook and tore apart. And then... nothing.
Hypothesizing. This human and her crew were alive when consumed by the rift. Ergo, they were reconstituted alive by the rift modulator, yet suffering from acute deterioration.
Wait. There was something else. Sandoval was yelling. DeVries wasn't responding to comms. What happened? A rift. That's right. We were here to investigate rifts. So why is there one in the sky? Why is everything destroyed? What's happening to me? And Sandoval? Jepson?
The process is referred to as reconstitution. The information contained within a rift is reformed into physical matter, however imperfectly.
So I've come back from death to some warped version of life? All because of some twisted experiment? Is that about right? You can help me though. Right, Commander? You can do something to fix this. This is it, ain't it? I'll never see the sun again. Never fly in our ship. Never anything. Makes two of us. But maybe you could do me one final favor. End this for me? I don't think I can do it myself. Please. I'm sure. I trust your aim is as good as ever, Commander. I'm ready.
Efficiently done. You did her a kindness, dear.
A short-range rover has emerged from the Providence, Commander. Destination: Horizon Point. Intention: unknown.
Ratcheting up my aggression.
Combatants observed.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Hostilities are afoot. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Maintaining heading into cover.
Combatant stand.
Into our perfect skip drive manufacturing process. We must
Those reconstituted mechs still function. How
this together.
inconvenient.
Skip drive is our legacy. It is our mandate. It is
Investigating hostile intentions.
Enemy intercepted.
Intelligence available to you. Providing agents.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Ken Ray.
Check your
Exposure
scopes for
under
combatant
managed.
analysis.
Emergency protocol syringes primed.
analyzed. Lay down fire. I'll handle this.
Warning. The rift ahead has absorbed plasma and should not be approached directly.
Suggest we scour the area. The sun. Now, not the time for a tete-a-tete, I'm afraid.
Sensor damage connected.
This is scientist Bernard Rand, sent to Horizon Point Station by order of the Council. While monitoring the reconstitution, I picked up strange readings in the old skip lab. The core appears to be pulling plasma tightly around it, not unlike a planet and its moons. Fascinating, though it thwarts my attempts to gather more data. Fortuitously, in searching the remains of the lab, I found an equation that could manipulate the core just enough to clear the chamber. And my way to professional acclaim. Let this be a record of Protectorate ingenuity. Bernard Rand, the man who marched fearlessly into chaos and tamed it.
Confirmed what I expected from Protectorate scientists. And that we'll need that equation to clear our path further. For torpification. scope for combatant analysis.
The Sovereign's office.
Worth a search for the equation. Plagiarism. How shameful. Yet not entirely unexpected. Apparently, the Sovereign solved the equation? However unlikely that seems, I'll take it.
Please input this equation in the skip lab terminal at your earliest convenience.
On their weaknesses. Ratcheting up my aggression. Yeah. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Hostilities are afoot. Torpificator is chopped.
Priority. Unseal the hangar.
try to limit further damage, Commander. Vitals critical. Don't become a statistic, Commander.
Adversary vulnerability. Taking the fight out of them. They're done.
Check your scope. Come back to narrative.
Agents help.
I have a fix on their weaknesses. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. My field calculations suggest the rift modulator is on deck 2. Proceeding to attack.
Unfriendly nearby.
Check your scope.
That's an analysis.
Emergency protocol syringes primed.
Please keep any and all fluids leaking from your body from staining the floor. Failure to do so will result in punishment via denial of medical service. How might this unit bolster or reduce your current blood volume? Note, by viewing inventory, user admits they possess foreign currency and shall submit to inspection. interrogation, and / or violent beating by security, displaying inventory.
What's going on down there, Deck 01? I saw an intruder alert. Acknowledged. This intercom is to be used for emergencies only. Misuse of this intercom will result in prompt arrest and correction of the perpetrator. Now, how can I assist you, Deck 01? How many times must I explain this to you all down there? Every subject aboard the Providence must keep their deck access credentials on their person at all times. If you misplaced your access card, Sovereign help you, because I surely cannot. Perhaps a colleague would be willing to lend you theirs, Again. I shall send her down right away. But this is becoming a daily occurrence, and I will see such slothfulness reflected on her record. Exactly right. You think I enjoy sitting here, fielding inane requests day after day? But I remind you that gossip is strictly prohibited over this channel. Over and out.
Please, let me get released.
Stranger ahead.
Personnel eliminated. Deck 2 should now be accessible. Access credentials have already been acquired, Commander. No further credentials required.
Now to find the rift modulator. I estimate there's a 73.47% chance it's nearby. Mobilizing. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Finding a host.
for correction. Modulator's certainly bigger than a bread box. Fortunately, the ship makes a convenient carrying case. Just need to learn how it all works together. The scientists can't tell us anything, but their corpse might, dear. Check it for info on the modulator module.
Accessing report. Rift restoration analysis. Compiled by Chief Scientist Monserrate. Marked for delivery to Consul Thoreau.
Esteemed Consul, after much analysis, my conclusion is that the modulator we have worked tirelessly to build will not function as intended when used for reconstituting matter from rifts. Every test of reconstitution has resulted in demonstrable failure. Proceeding as we are now with Horizon Point Station will surely lead to severe, unanticipated consequences. The modulator is only effective at closing rifts from unsafe distances. Using it to close exacerbated rifts will certainly lead to the destruction of any vessel carrying it. Unfortunately, the data that we originally had hoped for from the ancient rifts detected in the far reaches of space untouched by humanity has not yielded any of its secrets, and we are now out of time. All of our recent readings suggest that we're on the verge of losing control of this rift. I recommend diverting from our current plan before it is too late for Arcadia. I've included extensive notes and annotations appended to the modulator schematics to substantiate these conclusions. I know you will guide us wisely, my dear Consul.
Schematic secured. These rift coordinates are deep into unexplored space. That contradicts most rift causation theories. Or hints at more troubling implications. Best table that topic for now. We can't do anything with the rift modulator yet. Not until we deal with the console. So, shall we?
Reminder. The only way to shut down the Rift modulator is by dealing with the console. Convincing the console to stand down may be possible through a series of deft verbal maneuvers, though it is unlikely.
But if you push him too far, prepare for violence. I predictably am already prepared.
Reloading. This unit is now ready to inflict pain. Before facing the console, it is advisable to prepare yourself by whatever means you can, including but not limited to replenishing supplies and reconnaissance.
The Sovereign was a naive fool. The Consul, a scheming sprat with delusions of competence. Time will tell which was more destructive.
Sentinels tell me you have some interesting ideas. Oh, easy. No need to break into a sweat. Interesting ideas can be useful in the right hands. Especially now that our partnership with the Order has become fraught. We may need our own version of their pacifying doctrine.
Oh, so I do have a germ of an idea. A less grand version of the grand plan. Instead of atoms and particles and such, it's made up of us. All doing our part, like cogs in a machine.
Interesting. A system where every subject believes they have a role to play. Enthusiastic obedience. Why, the Sovereign and I were thinking of this very thing. What should we call it?
Well, I'm not sure. It's still just a germ of a concept, of a hint of an idea, you see. It's a whole new way of thinking. A new model of society. Quite the paradigm shift.
Paradigm. Very good, Esmond. Say, you look frazzled. Troubled by your own thoughts. Why don't you report to mental refreshment? My staff will personally see to your well-being.
You've come quite close enough. Sentinels, if you would.
Your tampering with the rifts is against the plan. A correction is imminent, and none of us may survive it.
So passionately delivered, and yet so utterly incorrect. What you are witnessing is my saving of Arcadia, and ridding it permanently of trespassers like you. I've noticed, Commander. Yes, I know well who you are. In any other situation, I might be compelled to take you apart and see how precisely it is you operate, but time, it would seem, isn't on your side. You are a relic of an impotent institution, propelled forward by nothing more than luck and foolhardy metal. Indeed. Rarely are there enough measures to keep the most tenacious of sprats from gnawing their way in. I've been following your progress closely, you know, since you so unceremoniously caused our Vox relay to crash into Fairfield. When you began your dealings with the Order and the Corporatists, I thought that perhaps having a chaotic element in their midst could work in our favor. But now you're here, scurrying around my ship and attempting to thwart the Protectorate yet again. No, I don't think I will. Tell me, did you manage to stop us from bringing your peace talks to a swift end? As I recall, Greater Tranquility was reduced to little more than mangled ruins in a single moment.
You're proud of your actions? You consider it an achievement?
It was a modest success. I had hoped it'd hobble Auntie's choice in the Order once and for all, but it has proven to be a valuable lesson in patience. I was able to buy the time to enact the very plan before you. Though, judging from that vacant expression on your face, it would appear you've no idea what I intend. Well, it wasn't you I was targeting, Commander. But seeing as you have a penchant for finding your way into places you aren't wanted, perhaps this is a sign for you to reconsider. Using the very rift modulator on this ship, we will destroy Arcadia and edit the information stored within the resulting rift, all to reshape our colony into its perfect form. Horizon Point's destruction all those years ago was a tragedy, yes, but without it, we might never have opened our eyes to our true purpose and the possibility of Arcadia's rebirth. When the Matriarch discovered the first skip drive, she set us on a course to elevate humanity. We're now writing our path, and I will do my part as the Architect intended. I cannot blame you people for clinging to the ill-gotten authority you've wielded for so long, but your lot will now be one of disappointment. This future is what is owed to us. In the Matriarch's younger years, she discovered a crashed ship deep in the Earth, and in it, the very first skip drive known to humanity. She dissected this tech, learned its secrets, and enabled us to produce them en masse. And, well, that eventually led to the manifestation of rifts. But it was not until well after Horizon Point's untimely end that we understood the opportunity gifted us. The opportunity to reconstruct the colony in its perfect form. It is as the Grand Architect designed. And believe you me, I've no intention of letting you thwart our securing of a better future. One free of doubt and greed.
Investigating hot combatant scan.
Moving out of hostile.
Fortificator at ready status. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Check your scope for combatant analysis. Stun weapon ready, Commander. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
threat. We're only eliminating the console security.
Now! Field calculations suggest the rift will soon completely destabilize. The rift modulator can be utilized to stop it, but the only way to do so is to fly it inside.
An Earth Directorate agent always has choices, including, but not limited to, extrajudicial killing.
All of you, stop fretting unduly. There's only one person here who can do this right. I'll fly the ship.
This unit ranks Agent Delgado among the team's top 3 most effective members. Her loss will reduce the team's overall competency.
Guess I'll respect your decision. However you choose best to handle this. Figured you might come back around.
This unit ranks Agent Delgado among the team's top 3 most effective members. Her loss will reduce the team's overall competency.
Yes, do enjoy everything. Just take the schematics and go. Ensure humanity's saved, and such and the like.
Marisol Delgado calculated that Arcadia had the best chance of survival if she flew the ship herself. She had come to care for the members of her team. Her sacrifice was the most efficient way to protect them. Vigilant Hogarth was declared a traitor to the Protectorate, along with most other Westport townsfolk. They were judged according to the paradigm, then sentenced to be executed until dead, forever tied to the city they could not protect. After defending Fort Endurance against a fierce Mantisaur attack, Executive Warchek was awarded a commendation for profit-securing stalwartness, as well as promotion to regional manager. He eventually passed peacefully in his sleep at the scientifically astounding age of 6. Having died at the peace talks, Augustine DeVries' treachery was never known to the Earth Directorate. She is forever remembered as the star agent who tragically went missing during her mission.
Val continued to serve the commander of the Incognito faithfully, for many more years than should be possible, giving automechs like her everywhere a reputation as stable and reliable. As a result, more Valerie units were put into service, while fewer human agents were deployed into the field. As he rose through the Earth Directorate ranks, Niles pressed for a field directive to deploy the new Val units only when the situation posed significant risk. The policy reduced agent casualties by a significant margin. Oddly enough, in-office deaths increased by a not insignificant margin. Marisol sacrificed herself to save Arcadia. And while many found it unbelievable that a once legendary assassin would make such a selfless choice, her crewmates on the Incognito understood completely. Sovereign Varric was eventually discovered in mental refreshment in a placid and compliant state. All parties felt it would be best to leave him in the hands of the remaining Protectorate, who had the most experience with refreshment's process and victims. Despite the recent tumultuous events in Arcadia, it was business as usual for Free Market Station. Sub Rosa continued to supply the colony in the wake of the commander's actions. With unfettered access to skip drives, and its reputation untarnished by its still secret agreement with the Protectorate, the Earth Directorate became what it was always meant to be, the ultimate authority in Arcadia. The colony served as a base to expand the agency's reach across the galaxy. The dangerous experimental research of Marisol's contact from Point Obviation lived on, with a Seer predicted 11.9% probability of yielding a universe-ending catastrophe. Meanwhile, an entrepreneurial work group of chemistricians unveiled a new flavor of purple berry crunch. All of these events turned on the decisive actions of the Earth Directorate Agent and their unique way of navigating Arcadia, its disparate factions, social complexities, ubiquitous product placement, an arsenal of absurdly satisfying weaponry. But through it all, and to this day, Earth has remained inexplicably dark.